Most people drink from public water fountains without thinking twice. The water is nearby, free, and if you're lucky, maybe even cold. But is it safe?
I never really thought about it.
We contacted a third-party testing facility not associated with the city of San Antonio. They provided us the materials to test the drinking water. Our first stop, Brackenridge Park, in the heart of San Antonio.
In order to gather clean samples, we followed a strict set of guidelines. Our bottles were packed in ice before and after we filled each one with exactly 100 milliliters of water.
Each specimen bottle is sealed and contains a powder called sodium thiosulfate, a preservative used to keep the specimens from becoming contaminated.
We also turned on each fountain before gathering our samples to clear the line and made sure to keep the bottles from touching any surfaces.
There are so many different bacteria in the world that it would be virtually impossible to test for everything. It'd just be too costly.
Hawk says a standard water analysis tests for two things: the presence of total coliform and E. coli.
If it's not found, you don't have any problem.
If it is found, steps need to be taken to keep the water from becoming a health risk.
The one that we worry most about is fecal contamination.
Fountains we tested at Brackenridge Park came back negative for coliform and E. coli. The same result at what the city calls Martin Luther King Park on the east side. Fountains at O.P. Schnabel Park on the northwest side were also negative. Finally, we swung by Woodlawn Lake Park. While an analysis of the fountain near the swimming pool came back negative, the fountain along the south end of the lake did not, testing positive for total coliform.
As soon as you took those bottles out, you knew that one of the samples had come back positive.
And that's why we gave you a call. The fact that it turned that color doesn't mean it was a high count or a low count. All we know is the bacteria was present.
We took our findings to the San Antonio water system. Members of its water quality department tested the park's water main. The results were negative, meaning the problem lies in the fountain itself.
It's the fountain, not the water. If you have an outside spigot and you have a water source and there's no one around, bugs and birds are going to come to that water and it could create problems.
We asked the city's Parks and Recreation Department for an interview. The department spokeswoman said they had no one on staff with knowledge of water quality. She released a statement instead, which reads in part, "We are proceeding with our own testing of the water at this fountain and will evaluate the results to determine if further action is necessary." Hawk says bleach and other deep cleaning products would likely solve the problem. He applauded the city for having just one positive result.
We tested 8 locations. 7 were spotless. I don't think the city should be very concerned at all.
For the I-Team, Dylan Collier, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.